He said, boy, do you know how fast you was going? The dog said, no, sir, I was sleeping. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Kenny Wallace Show. Things are going to be a little different. You know why? It's storytelling time. Here we are, deep into January, February is getting ready to fire up. NASCAR is starting, and there's a lot of stories to be told. And boy, do I have some stories. It ranges from when we just started racing all the way up till right now. The first story. I'm already laughing about this first story. Now listen, some are funny, some are sad, some are in between. So let's get going with this first story. Way back, Rusty Wallace is not a race car driver in NASCAR. So we're not in NASCAR yet, but we're trying to prove our worth. We had no money and we were doing everything, rubbing pennies together and trying to save money. So this story starts with, how can we save money? Lake Hill Speedway, Valley Park, Missouri. That's where it all started for us. So if you Google Valley Park, Missouri, the racetrack is gone. That was Lake Hill Speedway. But let's start the story right there. Big brother Rusty and crew chief at the time, which was Paul Andrews. Now, Paul Andrews became Alan Kowicki's championship crew chief in the Cup Series. I mean, Rusty and Paul and the dog and Steve Shear, we're in this, we got this bread truck and Rusty says, hey, look, we're going to Milwaukee for this big USAC race. We're going to race AJ Foyt, all the legends, Joe Rutten and Bay Darnell, Sal Tavella, Bill Venturini. Now, this is a big race in Milwaukee, USAC, just under NASCAR a little bit. So Rusty says, hey, to save on hotel rooms, we're going to leave at 2 in the morning. All right, we're going to leave at 2 in the morning. And by the way, Herman, you're 14 years old. We're wore out. You're going to drive. Well, truth be told, I'm like an Arkansas kid. Right now to this day, there's a lot of roads in Arkansas that are not paved. They're still gravel. In Arkansas, people are driving around at 12 years old. So here we go. We leave Valley Park, Missouri. I'm 14. Rusty says, let me get this truck and trailer across the Poplar Street Bridge. Let me get us pointed on Interstate 55 North. We're going to go up through Springfield, Illinois. We're going to get up to Chicago. We're going to hang a left, and we're going to get pointed to Milwaukee. So we get across the Poplar Street Bridge, and I start driving. I'm 14 years old. Rusty, Paul Andrews, the dog, Dave Wars, we call him the dog, Steve Shear. All these grown men, they're up here. Me and Jimmy Eames, we're the only ones there. I'm 14 years old. I got this thing wide open, legged, because we're headed north. We're going uphill, right? So I'm 14 years old. We're going to the Milwaukee Mile, big USAC race. I look in the mirror. Oh, no. See, in Illinois, they're blue lights, right? So this is back in the late 70s, 78, 79, something like that. I'm born in 63. You do the math. We're going up the road there. Oh, no. I start hollering, Rusty, Rusty, I need somebody to take this. Cops are pulling me over. Of course, Rusty, damn it, Herman. I said, I just do what you do. I just hold it wide open, I don't know, maybe we're running 75. Maybe I caught a gust of wind. Ooh. So anyway, we're in this bread truck. Now, you've seen pictures of the bread truck. Captain's chairs. Here's a captain's chair. Then the big shifter, and another captain's chair. So basically what I do is I kick this truck in neutral, and I'm getting out. Rusty says, dog, you got to take this ticket because I'm wanted right now in the state of Illinois. Rusty said, I never paid a ticket. I didn't pay that ticket because I didn't have any money. Dog, you got to take this ticket. Now, the dog is dead asleep. Dog, get up, get up. And the dog had a little bit of a lift, right? So he's like, what's going on, Wallace? What's going on? He said, you got to take a ticket. Damn it, Herman was speeding. speeding. Herman was speeding. Illinois Highway Patrol pulling us over. I kick this thing in neutral. I start getting off the shoulder, and the dog comes up out of the love seat. And then we had another area up there where they slept. The dog and me, we changed positions. And the dog's like, oh, man, what's going on? And he has just enough whereabouts where he gets it over. It's in neutral, pulls up the parking brake. Here's where, here. So anyway, this is the funny part. So Rusty Wallace, Paul Andrews, Jimmy Eames, Steve Shear, me, we're looking in the mirror. But we don't want the cop to see us because he can see the mirror, so we're doing all these things. The dog goes back there. He gets in the passenger side of that Illinois Highway Patrol car. Felt like forever. It was probably 15 minutes. The dog comes back. He gets up in there, and we're like, dog, what'd he say? Dog, what did that Illinois Highway Patrol, what'd he say to you? Now, this is all true, an accurate story. The dog looked at us, and he says, you don't know what that Illinois Highway Patrolman, what he said to me? He said, boy, do you know how fast you was going? The dog said, no, sir, I was sleeping. So we got away with that one, and we rolled on. Sure enough, we rolled into the Milwaukee mile. Yeah, we saved that money for that hotel room because, back in those days, we bought one room, grown men. You had 2 beds, right? You bought one room for 6 grown men. So it would be, me and Paul Andrews in one bed, 2 grown men, right? And in the other bed be Rusty and the dog, and on the floor be Steve, probably me on the floor. But we saved money in that hotel room, but somebody had to pay that ticket. But the craziest part was we ended up still being late, right? Now, the Milwaukee Mile is governed by the state. So, it's not like your local racetrack. You go to the Milwaukee Mile and you got people that are in control of the fairgrounds, right? The fairgrounds are owned by the state. We come in, Rusty's all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Maybe not really, but you know how Rusty is. Hey, listen, apple don't fall far from the tree. I get what I get from Rusty. He just kind of calms it down a little better than me. We pull out that pit gate and the guy's going, whoa, whoa. Rusty's like, sorry, pal, gotta go. Boom. We get around turns 3 and 4. Now we're on the racetrack with the truck and trailer. They go to Billy Saxon, was his name. He was the president, look it up, of USAC. They about threw us in jail because we run the pit gate because we had to get the tech. We cut it a little close. So what's the lesson to be learned here? Cash some soda bottles in. Get a hotel room. All right, now, storytelling time. Going to keep on rolling. I was 14 years old, driving the hell out of that van. We got some more good ones coming up on storytelling time. Until then, remember, we're in podcast form. iTunes, Spotify. Remember to respond right here. Tell me your stories, and just know that we're rolling. When you're rolling on your way to work, listen to the Kenny Wallace Show right here in podcast form. All right, everybody. Until the next story.